This is your daily Facts Matter update, and I'm your host, Roman from the Epoch Times. And now that the floodgates have officially opened, meaning that our great big tech overlords are now allowing us to speak openly about the Hunter Biden story without fear of censorship, well, I thought it would be a phenomenal opportunity to give you a breakdown of some of the most recent developments. And let's start with the recent discovery that Joe Biden wrote a college recommendation letter for the son of Hunter Biden's Chinese business partner. This is all, of course, despite the fact that on numerous occasions, Joe Biden has repeatedly denied ever discussing or being involved with any of Hunter Biden's business ventures. As an example, here's Joe Biden on the campaign trail back in 2019.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business. And everybody looked at this, and everybody's looked at it and said there's nothing there. Ask the right question.
That clip, by the way, it was reported about 2 years after that letter of recommendation for the young Chinese princeling was written. Regardless, this development was first reported on by Fox News, who obtained an email exchange between Hunter Biden and his business associates. These particular business associates were involved in the joint venture between Rosemont Seneca, which is Hunter Biden's firm, and two Chinese investment firms, one called Bohai Capital, headquartered in Shanghai, and another one called BHR. And just for your reference, according to the White House, Hunter Biden actually continued to hold a 10% stake in BHR as recently as last year. Although Hunter Biden's attorney did tell the New York Times in November of 2021, so at the tail end of last year, that he had since divested. Regardless, though, let's get back to these emails. On January 3rd of 2017, which is a period of time when Barack Obama was still in office, the CEO of the Chinese investment firm BHR, he wrote this email to Hunter Biden as well as to his other business associates. Here's what it said. Gentlemen, please find the attached resume of my son, Chris Lee. He's applying to the following colleges for this year. And then right below, he lists the three schools. They are Brown University, Cornell University, as well as New York University. And then right below that list, he writes, please, can you provide some advice for his applications? Then one of Hunter Biden's business associates who was on that email chain, he hit reply all and he wrote this. Received the updated version of the CV. Let's see how we can be helpful here to Chris. Then, 2 weeks later, on February 18th of 2017, the president of Rosemont Seneca replied to this Chinese businessman by writing this, quote, Jonathan, Hunter asked me to send you a copy of the recommendation letter that he asked his father to write on behalf of Christopher for Brown University. The original is being FedExed to Dr. Paxson directly at Brown. It should be there by Tuesday at the latest, given Monday is a holiday here in the U.S. Let us know if you have any questions. Best, Eric. And just for your reference, by the way, Dr. Christina Paxson, the doctor mentioned in that letter, she is the president of Brown University. And so the letter that was penned by Joe Biden was sent directly to the president of Brown. I'm sure that it did not hurt the chances of Chris Lee of getting into that school. And to that positive development, here was how this Chinese businessman responded in an email. Hi, Eric. Just saw the email. It is just great. Thank you very much. And Hunter, thank you very much, too. All the best to you all. Now, it is unclear what that letter of recommendation actually said, given the fact that it was not attached in that email, at least it wasn't accessible, and that Brown University has a privacy policy which precludes them from giving the letter out to the public. It's also unclear whether this young man, Mr. Chris Lee, was admitted to Brown University, and if so, if he actually attended. However, what is clear is that this discovery throws a bit of a, you can say, wrench into the idea that Joe Biden had no knowledge of Hunter Biden's business activities. Because think about it. Your son suddenly comes to you and says, hey, Dad, Vice President of the United States, can you please write a letter of recommendation to a young kid in China who wants to go to Brown University? And we as the public are just supposed to believe that Joe Biden wound up writing this letter without understanding at all how this related to Hunter Biden's business dealings. That, frankly, sounds, at least to me, rather unreasonable. Now, the White House was actually asked about these particular emails, but they refused to respond. Specifically, Mr. Andrew Bates, who is the White House Deputy Press Secretary, he responded simply by saying this, quote, we don't comment on the laptop. Now, of course, that is a fine response. I mean, in this country, we, of course, have the Fifth Amendment. However, as more and more details are emerging from the Hunter Biden laptop, and as a clearer picture of what was actually happening behind the scenes is forming, well, eventually, I believe that the White House will have to offer some kind of explanation. That's because Joe Biden's involvement in Hunter Biden's business dealings is becoming harder and harder to just explain away. As just another example of what I mean by that, back in September of 2017, meaning just a few months after Joe Biden wrote that letter of recommendation, Hunter Biden sent an email to the manager of his Washington, D.C. office building asking her to make some extra keys for his office mates. Okay, that's of course pretty normal. However, who exactly was he referring to? Well, in that email, here's who Hunter Biden listed as his new office mates. Joe Biden, his stepmother Jill Biden, his uncle Jim Biden, and Gong Wendong, who he identified as the emissary for the chairman of a Chinese energy conglomerate known as CEFC. And then furthermore, in that same email, a little bit further down, Hunter Biden also requested that a new sign be made for his office, which should read the Biden Foundation, as well as Hudson West, CEFC US. Now again, you look at this fact that Hunter Biden had special keys made for Joe Biden, that he referred to him as his office mate, and that this office was actually shared with the American headquarters of that Chinese energy conglomerate, and you contrast that with a statement that was made by Joe Biden's spokesman on the campaign trail just 1 month before the 2020 election. Quote, Joe Biden has never even considered being involved in business with his family, nor in any overseas business whatsoever. Now, I will mention that it is thus far not known whether Joe Biden had ever visited Hunter Biden's D.C. office. However, the fact that Hunter Biden requested that his father be granted access with his own set of keys, well, it raises some serious questions about the extent of Joe Biden's knowledge of these Chinese business dealings. And then furthermore, there's the looming question, which has been hanging in the air for at least several years now, regarding who exactly the big guy is. Because you might remember how there was an email sent in March of 2017, which is just a month after Joe Biden wrote that college letter of recommendation for that young kid in China. And in that email, one of Hunter Biden's business associates pitched a proposed breakdown for the different equity stakes that the key players would share in a joint venture between Hunter Biden's firm and a Chinese Communist Party-linked energy company. And at the very bottom, well, here's what it said, quote, 10 held by H for the big guy, with H likely referring to Hunter Biden, meaning that he would hold 10% of the equity stake for the big guy. And the hunt for the identity of the big guy, well, it doesn't seem to be going away. As just yesterday, it was reported that a grand jury witness in the ongoing Hunter Biden investigation was recently asked to identify the exact individual who was referred to as the big guy in that particular email. Now, we here at the Epoch Times, we did reach out to both Hunter Biden's lawyer as well as to Joe Biden's team on several occasions, but we've yet to hear back. Regardless, though, if you would like to read all the primary source material that we discussed in today's episode, including the actual emails, I'll throw all that into the description box below this video for you to check out. And all I ask in return is that as you're making your way down there to the source material, take a quick detour and smash that like button so the video can be shared out to ever more people via the YouTube algorithm, and also smash that subscribe button if you appreciate content like this that presents you the facts with none of the frills and nonsense, so that way our episodes can be delivered directly into your YouTube feed every single weekday. All right, I want to take a super quick moment and introduce the sponsor of today's episode, which is a phenomenal company called American Hartford Gold. They're actually my own personal gold and silver bullion dealer. And so what I do, and what I've been doing for the last 6 years, is that I take this fake money, which is unfortunately being printed into oblivion by the people over in Washington, and I get myself one of these boxes from American Hartford Gold. Let me show you. Because what I believe, and by the way, I don't give you any financial advice, I just tell you what I do, is that, I mean, even before what happened between Russia and Ukraine, well, the price of goods across the country was skyrocketing. The price of gas was skyrocketing. And now with the conflict over in Eastern Europe, well, we're seeing what? The stock market being tumultuous, the price of oil's going to the moon, and we see gold and silver doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, acting as hedges against all these issues. So take a look at this. These are some phenomenal coins. I got some silver this month. Look, some walking Liberty US dollars, beautiful. I don't know if you can tell how shiny and nice they are. Yeah, this is the real money right here. And what you can do is that you can order these for yourself from American Hartford Gold. They're a phenomenal company. They have great people, great staff. If you call them, not only are they friendly to work with, but if they ever have to put you on hold, well, they have Ronald Reagan's speech playing as their waiting music. So I never even mind when they put me on hold. And best of all, to our viewers, to viewers of Facts Matter, they have a promotion going on right now where depending on how much you buy, they will throw in a free ounce of silver, for every ounce of gold that you buy. So calling them is a no-brainer. Give them a call at 866-242-2352. That's 866-242-2352. Or you can text Roman to 65532. And best of all, if you give them a short phone call, they can show you not only how you can get physical gold and silver delivered directly to your doorstep, but also how you can have it deposited directly into your 401k and your IRA accounts to make the entire thing super, super simple. So give them a call. The number is, again, 866-242-2352, or you can just text the word Roman to 65532. I'll throw all that into the description box below. American Hartford Gold, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Now, Roman in the studio, back to you. And now lastly, I've actually never shown you this, but a few months back, I worked alongside Larry Elder to produce an awesome short commercial for Epic TV. Check it out.
People have been asking me, what have you been doing with your life since the election? Well,
The truth is, I've been enjoying life, riding my bike around town.
Elder not wearing a mask.
I've taken up a little bit of fishing as well.
Elder kills innocent fish.
And I've been posting on social media. Oh, come on. Listen, if you're tired of the censorship as I am, I've actually got some great news for you. Check out epictv.com. It's a brand new censorship-free video platform where you'll find not only my show, but other deep documentaries, great content, and honest movies that bring you the news without all the spin and the false narratives. So, check out epictv.com. I'll see you there.
Elder wastes water.
Now, if that commercial actually sold you on checking out Epic TV, that's great. You can do so by clicking that link at the very top of the description box there. And if you use promo code Roman, you can get a 14-day free trial. So you can check out all the great content for 2 full weeks without paying anything. Again, that link will be right there at the very top of the description box. And then until next time, I'm your host, Roman from the Epic Times. Stay informed and stay free.